Hello! In this lesson we continue to study operators, and next in line are comparison operators. Now they won't be very useful to us because they're mainly used with conditional operators, which we'll talk about in the following lessons, but now I can still explain them to you so that in the future it'll be easier for you. I'm starting to prepare you to start writing programs that execute different code depending on some condition. Now you don't know how to write conditions, but conditions have comparison operators and logical operators. We'll talk about them in these lessons. Comparison operators are operators that check simple mathematical conditions like is one number greater than another, or is this number equal to this number, and return a bool result to the place where they're used. Let me show you all the comparison operators that currently exist in the C++ language. These are the equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and three-way comparison operators. We'll talk about the last one in a separate lesson, not very soon because it's much more complex than the others, and to understand it you need to know many other things in the C++ language. By the names of these operators, you can already guess how they work. They're all binary operators, that is, they need an operand on the left and on the right. They compare them and return the result of the comparison to the place where they were called. For example, the equal to operator checks whether two values or expressions are equal to each other. For example, if you want to compare the number 10 and 5 plus 5, then both expressions are equal and it'll return the value true. Others work similarly, only some check expressions to see if they are equal to each other, others check something else. Below I wrote many examples of using these operators so that you can see what they return. After analyzing each line yourself, you should easily understand how these operators work. Know that either the number 0 or 1 will be printed to the screen because the comparison operators return true or false, and these are bool values, and when you print these values to the screen, they are converted to the int type. There's one way to make it so that instead of 0 and 1 you see the words true and false, but I'll tell you about it in the lesson manipulators not very soon. Look at the line where I removed parentheses. An error appeared here at the compile stage. The thing is that the bitwise left shift operator has a higher precedence than the comparison operators, which is why this line can actually be perceived like this. Here the compiler sees that you first want to print the number 2 and then compare what this expression returns with this expression. This looks unclear, which is why you get an error. Of course, in the future you'll find out what this operator returns and will be able to 100% understand the error in this line, but for now just know that if you use comparison operators together with outputting information to the screen, it's better to take them in parentheses. If we open the operator precedence table, we'll see for ourselves that comparison operators have a lower precedence than bitwise left and right shift operators. You can also notice that arithmetic operators have a higher precedence than comparison operators. Because of this, here we first perform the addition and only then the comparison. Look at this code and try to determine for yourself what you'll see on the screen. Knowing what the comparison operator returns and the precedence of the operators, you can find the result of the expression. This concludes this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope it was useful to you and I was able to help you in some way. If you like this video, you can support me by liking this video, writing a comment under it, subscribing to the channel, becoming a channel sponsor, or donating money via the link in the description. Goodbye.